we ran a presidential election. If we were playing the Super Bowl, we started our seventh string quarterback. That's what happened. Okay, you can't address a problem unless you're honest about a problem. And none of this was inevitable. Now, if you were to put the staggering talent that exists in today's Democratic Party, you heard what I said? The staggering talent that exists in today's Democratic Party, and people would have seen that. They'd have gone, I didn't know they had people like that can actually complete a sentence, okay, that actually can know how to frame a message, that actually have a sense of accomplishment of doing something. We would have excited people, and we would have had people from the middle of the country, we would have had people from the coast, we'd have been diverse, and then when you do that, that's how people get involved in politics. We have not had an inspirational presidential candidate since 2012.
And
that's a problem.
When you have a primary and a contest like the playoff, you get a big winner, and that credentials the nominee. They earn it. James suggested earlier, and I was 1,000% for this, we can have a short primary here instead of anointing somebody. And I got called to like a secret meeting with a bunch of senior White House people after the terrible Biden debate with some other non-Trump, Trump opposing Republicans. And I said, this Carville thing is right. Go do a minute. Let Whitmer go beat somebody, or if Kamala's that good, let her beat somebody to make her somebody, not just an appointment.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So we got to talk about the Democrat Party, a party that is in complete and total chaos. Okay, they're in shambles. They have zero leadership whatsoever. And they're now getting criticism from some of their strategists and operatives in regards to why is it that the leadership of the Democrat Party decided to run Kamala Harris against President Trump in the first place. Okay, these are the same people that staged a coup against Joe Biden. And then according to operatives like James Carville, they replaced Biden with their seventh-string quarterback in Kamala Harris.
And you say that the Democrats started their seventh-string quarterback in trying to win in both Biden and Harris.
Yeah, we played the seventh-string quarterback.
Yeah.
All right. And we had to, we weren't allowed to have tryouts. Okay?
Meaning a primary.
Where people would go. If you would have had Bill Clinton and Barack Obama hosting a forum in Los Angeles, okay, with 6 potential Democratic presidential candidates, you could have put the damn thing in a Coliseum and it would have filled up. Okay, there would have been interest. There would have been, two successful people that know something about being president, having a conversation. Well, Governor, how would you address this? Or what would you do? Instead, we got a person that, embraced every goofy identity idea of 2019, 2020, all right, all make mistakes, who was running a campaign and didn't run on change. I mean, she was if anything, she played well for a seven-string quarterback.
In a year when 70% of the country thought we were going in the wrong track.
We told people we're going to keep running off tackle. Well, they figured it out. They got a 375-pound guy there. You're going to run out of him. Okay, let's try to go over the top.
Yeah.
Okay, it's something.
Yeah, so you see, you heard that. James Carville absolutely going off on Kamala Harris, doubling and tripling down. Wouldn't be surprised if the black bourgeoisie come out here and say that James Carville is a flaming racist for saying that Kamala Harris sucked, right? Which, I mean, is just factually correct. She is really, really, really bad, okay? You notice she's bad because, again, as Democrats have zero leadership whatsoever right now, she is missing in action, right? She's nowhere to be found. She's not doing anything while her party crumbles. And it is really crumbling, guys. I mean, I think at this point, it is safe to say that it might be a long time before we see the Democrats put up any type of real challenge against the Republicans in elections moving forward, okay? Especially after watching the clown show that was the DNC leadership elections, okay? We talked about the DNC leadership elections yesterday and who they are selecting to lead their party into the future, to fundraise, to get voters to come out and to vote for Democrats. And boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, we got to talk about some of these picks, okay? Yesterday, we talked about Ken Martin, who is the socialist, allegedly straight best friend of Tim Walz from Minnesota, who has become the chairman of the DNC. Okay. And they were having more elections for who's going to become the vice chair. And I got to tell you guys, if Democrats thought that who they elected was going to win them back young men, they are very, 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 very wrong.
The number of votes necessary to receive a majority, 205. The final tally of votes, Malcolm Kenyatta, 298. David Hogg, 214.5. Based on these results, Malcolm Kenyatta and David Hogg are winners of this election.
You Democrats, in the words of Beyonce, America has a problem, but Democrats, we're about to fix it. God bless you. Thank you so much. Let's get to work.
David Hogg.
First of all, thank you, Chairman Harrison. Can we give a round of applause to Jamie? Thank you. Thank you. Who's ready to take the fight to the Republicans and win this thing? Are you guys ready to fight? It's been a long day, but guess what? We have a long road ahead. Let's go and kick some ass.
Yeah. So again, if you guys haven't watched my video yesterday, basically detailing the shenanigans that happened at the DNC, I highly recommend you go and you watch that video, right? Because that video, I think, is a perfect encapsulation of the modern day Democrat Party and the problem that they have, why they're going to really struggle to win elections moving forward into the future, because the Democrats are way too far left on social issues. Okay. And it is a turnoff, particularly for young men of normal testosterone levels, right? And Democrats need a strategy to win back those young men. This is who they came up with: Malcolm Kenyatta and David Hogg. Now, we all know about David Hogg, okay? David Hogg is the failed pillow entrepreneur and gun grabber who knows absolutely nothing about the Constitution, right? And he is super far left, right? Like, these are his viewpoints. He wants to abolish ICE, defund the police, not USPS. The NRA needs to be designated a terrorist organization for the role their supporters played in staging an insurrectionist coup. Unlike COVID, there's no vaccine for climate change. Once we start feeling the impacts, we can just implement and survive. There is only one solution: prevention. If this election is a matchup between Taylor Swift and Ted Nugent, I think it's safe to say I've seen enough. Biden wins the 2024 election. This is who's leading the Democrat Party. Vice Chair David Hogg. Okay. I just don't think that this is going to win back young men. I really don't. Right. I really don't. And you also have the other guy here, Malcolm Kenyatta, who also is a vice chair. Now, I'm assuming he's going to help win back young male voters with David Hogg, right? Maybe this is their guy for black males, okay? This is what they think young black males are going to be into, you know? Who knows, right? They typically try to project these types of individuals as a representation of the modern day black man.
And to knowingly pass a bill from a lot of people who love talking about how pro-life they are, you are supporting a pro-death bill. A bill that we know leads to, that is what the bill is. If you don't like it, vote no. There is not a thing in the world wrong with trans kids. Not a thing.
What? You can't make this up. The Democrats are cooked. They're cooked. Okay, they're effed. Right? They're effed. Right? That's what I really want to say, because that's the honest to God truth. They're effed. They're done. They're done. This is not going to appeal to young men. And this is why I try to tell you guys about the Democrats and what Democrats have to realize. And eventually somebody will be smart enough to pay me $1 million to tell them how to win, right? At some point. But by then, my price is going to be a lot higher, right? It's going to be a lot higher for my services. But what Democrats don't understand is that young men, okay, are of higher testosterone levels than older men, right? Young men, this is not what they're into, right? This is not a representation of most young men and what they want, okay? This right here may be attractive to a male of lower testosterone levels, but young men tend to have higher testosterone levels than older guys. I don't know. Maybe older guys, maybe that's the target audience of the Democrats. I don't know. But regardless, until the Democrats regain a sense of masculinity, their party's not going anywhere, right? It's going to be the party of women and low testosterone men. That's what it's going to be. And it's because they can't let go of far left progressive social issues. They can't. For all you guys that saw the video that I put out yesterday, the first video, again, if you haven't watched it, I recommend you watch it. It's one of the funniest videos I've ever done. Okay. The whole party is nothing but identity politics. They literally had a DEI oriented selection process for leadership. They're like, no, you got to have gender quotas, right? They got gender quotas. And Democrats don't realize this is the reason why their party is failing. This is the reason why. David Hogg, he is not going to get any young man to vote. No young man is going to vote for the Democrats because David Hogg influenced them to. It's just not going to happen. Same thing with this other dude. It ain't happening. Not a man in normal testosterone levels. And Democrats got to realize that. I mean, at this point, it's basically science, right? There's a strong correlation between testosterone levels in men and political ideology. It just so happens those on the lower end of the spectrum, they just happen to be more liberal. And, you know, I just feel like this is something that Democrats desperately need. They just need some high testosterone men in their party. That's what they need. But they don't have any. That's the crazy part. They don't have any. I can't think of one. So, yeah, I think Democrats are doomed, right? If this is what they're going to do moving forward in the future, if this is their party, David Hogg, and this guy, Ken Martin, just another Tim Walz, right? They haven't learned any lessons at all. They have not learned any lessons at all. The American people have rejected this, right? They have rejected this, okay? This far left extremism. But hey, they're doubling and tripling down. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with the Democrats moving forward. I think they're stupid enough to run Kamala again. Honestly, like I really think they're stupid enough to run Kamala again. I really do. And see, the problem is that they're going to have to hope that Trump really lays an egg, right? They're going to have to hope that Trump really like screws up everything, especially when it comes to the economy. That's their only hope. Because the American people, unlike what the mainstream liberal media says, our memories are not short term. Everybody remembers the woke insanity that happened during the Biden administration. We know because of the leadership in the Democrat Party that they still are going to embrace that woke insanity. It's coming back, right? Trump is getting rid of it now, but it's going to come back. If Democrats are put back in office, it's coming back. And people remember it. So their only hope is that Trump just completely lays an egg. That's it. Like Trump would have to like damn near, actually really like destroy the country. in order for Democrats to win moving forward. I highly doubt it's going to happen. And that's the unfortunate part for Democrats, because they're not winning with that, right? That is not going to win any elections. Nobody's going to say, oh, yeah, we need to put that back in office, right? That's what we need to go back to. It's not happening, okay? It's not happening. So we'll see, though. We'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Maybe this is the move, right, for Democrats. I just don't think so. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.